What is thermal power plant? A generating station which converts heat energy of coal combustion into electrical energy is known as thermal power plant. ఇప్పుడు మన క్వశ్చన్లు ఎలా అడుగుతున్నారో కాంపోనెంట్ వైజ్గా డిస్కస్ చేసుకుందాం. కోల్. In India we use B2 minus coal is used because it has low ash content about 20 to 40%. So we use B2 minus coal because it has low ash content, and other types of coals questions ఇలా కూడా అడుగుతున్నాం. Which coal has highest ash content? Lignite has highest ash content. Which coal has highest calorific value? Anthracite coal. Anthracite coal has highest calorific value. Anthracite coal has highest calorific value. These types of questions comes on coal. Next వచ్చేసి ash handling point. Ash handling plant, where this is important, where coal is pulverized. In ash handling point, coal is pulverized. What is the uses of coal pulverization? Questions coming like this. What is the uses of coal pulverization? Firstly, what is coal pulverization? That is, coal is crushed into small particles. So because of this, fast combustion as more area is exposed to heat and oxygen. Next, boiler can be started quickly. Fast response to load changes. These are the uses of coal pulverization. Fast combustion as more area is exposed to heat and oxygen. Boiler can be started quickly. Fast response to load changes. These are important questions on ash handling plant. Next component వచ్చేసి boiler. In thermal power plant, boiler or steam generator. In boiler, water is converted into steam by using the heat of coal combustion. There are two types of boilers. One is water tube boiler and another one is fire tube boiler. Water tube boiler, fire tube boiler. Question is, which type of boiler is highly used for the thermal power plant? Water tube boiler is highly used because of method of heat, easy method of water circulation. In water tube boiler, water flows inside the tube and hot combustion gases flows the outside the tube. In fire tube boiler, hot combustion gases flows inside the tube and water circulates over the tube. But we use highly water tube boiler. These are questions comes on boiler in thermal power plant. Next component is superheater. Superheater in thermal power plant. A superheater where which raises the temperature of the steam much above the boiling point of the water. Questions are coming like this. What is the uses of the superheater? Superheater raises the temperature of the steam because this efficiency of the plant increased. Efficiency of the plant increased and steam consumption reduces for given output and thermal stresses are eliminated due to the absence of the moisture. So questions are like this on superheater. And another question is here normal radiant type of heat transfer method is used. Heat is collected from the flue gases. And the next component is economizer. Economizer in thermal power plant. The question is coming like this. What is the use of economizer? Economizer increases boiler efficiency and saves fuel consumption. Saves fuel consumption. Where economizer contains parallel space tubes through which feed water flows, and outside the tubes flue gases flows. The heat recovered by the feed water from flue gases here saturation but not converted into steam. Here only saturation but not converted into steam. So main uses of economizer is saves fuel consumption, increases boiler efficiency. Next component is air preheater. What is the use of air preheater in thermal power plant? Air preheater heats the air which is drawn from the atmosphere before sending it to the boiler. So which also increases efficiency of the boiler. The questions coming on air preheater is which increases the efficiency of the boiler. Air preheater increases the efficiency of the boiler. Next component is turbine. What is turbine? Turbine is a rotating machine which converts energy contained into steam into mechanical energy or rotor energy. Turbines are two types. One is impulse turbine and another one is reaction turbine. questions coming like this: what is impulse turbine, what is the reaction turbine? In impulse turbine, the steam is completely expelled in the stationary nozzles. The pressure over the moving blades is constant. As a result, an impulsive force is created and sets the rotor rotation, which is called impulse turbines. Examples of the impulse turbine is Pelton turbine, like this. Next, reaction turbine. What is reaction turbine? The steam is partially expanded in the stationary nozzles. The remaining expansion take place while it's moving on moving blades. As a result, a reactive force is created which sets the rotor rotation, which is called a reaction turbine. Examples of the reaction turbines are propeller, Kaplan, Francis. The reaction turbine speed is high, impulse turbine speed is low. And questions like this: impulse turbine speed is low and head is high head. In case of reaction turbine, which is reverses, reaction turbine speed is high and head is low. Next component is generator. In thermal power plant, non-salient pole type synchronous generator is used. Non-salient pole type synchronous generator is used. Generator is mechanically coupled with the turbine, which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Generally, the questions asking simple questions like this: what is the speed of the generator used in thermal power plant, hydro power plant, nuclear power plant? Regularly asking question, simple question: speed of the generator used in thermal power plant. Thermal power plant is speed of generator used in thermal power plant is for 2 pole generally 3000 rpm. In case of nuclear power plant is also 3000 rpm, and in case of hydro power plant uses salient pole type generator, so speed is less. In case of hydro power plant, speed is 300 rpm. So the question coming like this is important, simple question. ఇలాంటివి చిన్న చిన్న మిస్టేక్ చేస్తుంటాం, ప్లీజ్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ కాంపోనెంట్ in thermal power plant is regularly asking questions on condenser is which part of thermal power plant maintain low pressure. So condenser is a condenses steam coming out of the turbine. The main question coming on condenser most of the time is which part of the thermal power plant maintains low pressure is condenser. Next component is electrostatic precipitator. What is the electrostatic precipitator? Regularly asking questions. Electrostatic precipitators used in which type of plants? In thermal power plant, electrostatic precipitators are used. Electrostatic precipitators are used. Why it is used? Regularly asking questions. Electrostatic precipitators are used to remove fine and dust particles from flue gases. It is connected between combustion and chimney. It is connected to the high DC voltage about 30 to 30 kV. And these are the regular asking questions on thermal power plant. And another important question is, what is the efficiency of the most asking question? Efficiency of the thermal power plant is about 29%, which is quite low. Why it is low? Why efficiency of the thermal power plant is very low? Because huge amount of heat loss at the condenser. Heat loss occurs at the condenser, and heat loss occurs various stages of the thermal power plant. Most important question is, efficiency of thermal power plant is very low because huge amount of heat loss occurs at the condenser. These are the types of questions asking on thermal power plant, which is very helpful for a preparing persons. Thank you.